Yes, it is an exciting day because it is complete. My remake of Metal Gear called Metal Gear Classic is done. It is available. You can get it. You know where to get it. retrovideogames.store. And this could be the most advanced and awesomest game I think I've ever created in any remake that I've ever created. I didn't think that I could do it. I started working on this game a couple of years ago, or maybe even a year ago, and certain things I just could not get to work into it, so I had to have like my skills develop even more so, and I really wanted to get back to it and think to myself, hey, this thing has bugged me forever. I want to actually crack this and try to get it to work, because you have line of sight, you have the guards that can hear you. I mean, there's just a lot of advanced what do you want to ever you want to call it, AI in the enemies in the game itself. So I got back to it, and it was so weird and bizarre because this game just flowed so smoothly. I never got stuck on creating anything in it whatsoever, and it was just flowing out, pumping out like no problem. So I actually got the game completed a lot sooner than what I thought. So, you know, other than that, if you want to stay to the end of the video, that's great, but I want to get into right away all of the changes that I made to the game. So let's get the graphics and sounds out of the way right away. Of course, it's going to be totally full screen. You've got 60 frames a second as always, and all of that stuff in the game. Foregrounds, backgrounds, the sounds. The sounds are generally from the original NES game, but I've got some mixed in from the MSX, because remember, I wanted to combine this to be the greatest 2D Metal Gear game. That's why I call it Metal Gear Classic, because you're going to see some things in there that are actually from the MSX version, such as how the guards look. I didn't like the way that they looked in the original NES version, but the majority of the backgrounds are from that, and the sounds are from that. But the music, there is some music from the NES one, but if you'll notice, in the original NES Metal Gear, there aren't a lot of music tracks in that game. There's only like 2 or 3 or something like that. So I really like the MSX, the version of Metal Gear 2. I think the music in that is just tremendous, and I don't think enough people get a chance to enjoy it because you can only play it on MSX. I mean, unless you have like an old PlayStation 2, I think it was on, and you could get like there was a Metal Gear game that actually had Metal Gear 2 MSX on it that you could play, but I mean, who really has that anymore, right? So I wanted to make sure people could actually hear the great music track in that game, but there are some NES ones that are still in there as well. Now, in terms of changing the game, the whole UI, or the whole, I don't know what you want to call it, menu system has been changed. In terms of, in the original game, the problem with NES games is you always had to pause the game and it would interrupt the gameplay. Metal Gear is no different. It's notorious. You got to pause it every single time you switch a key card. If you don't have the right key card to open the door, you got to pause it to switch weapons, etc., etc. I completely streamlined all of that, like I did in fact Xanadu. It's the same thing. So now you just push the L button and the R button on the controller to switch your items and to switch your weapons. And you don't need to actually equip any key cards now, any specific key cards to open up the doors. If you have the key card and that is the number that the door opens, it's just going to open it automatically. But a cool thing that I added is if you don't have the key card, you're going to hear like this error sound. It goes like beep beep, means you can't open the door, and you're actually going to see a little bubble pop out of Snake's head, and he's going to tell you the number that's the number of the key card that you need to open that door. Now, when it comes to weapons, almost 90% of the weapons were completely useless in the original Metal Gear. You never wanted to use them because the guards can hear you, and if you make any loud noises, then it's going to set the alarm off. And so what I wanted to do is I made these upgrades to the weapons so that they're silent. And I wanted to take some things even from newer Metal Gears, such as Phantom Pain, that I love so much. Because in Phantom Pain, you had like a bionic arm, and you could get an upgrade to that would make it into like a rocket fist, and you could launch it, and there was a little camera on it, and you could fly this fist around the level. Barely any people used it. It's mostly novelty, but it gave me a great idea for the game. And so I implemented that into the game. So there's an upgrade to your missiles, so you can fire this rocket fist around, and you can control it. And when it hits the enemies, it knocks them out or puts them to sleep. But the best part about it is it doesn't make any noise. So now you can actually use your missiles in a more conventional sense rather than them exploding and then it sets off the alarm. Another upgrade that I did was to the landmines. The landmines were absolutely useless in the game except for destroying the tank. That's all. No one would ever use them ever again. So I go, let's fix that. I'm going to make an upgrade for that. And I called them gas mines. So they're like sleep gas mines. And it's really cool because now not only do they not explode, when guards walk over them, it shoots off this, what do you call it? Like gas mist in the air. And it'll put them to sleep. And I thought that was great. But I even added to it even more. You can use it where you're crawling on the ground, and you can also use them when you're in the box. See, the original, there was a glitch and you could actually fire your handgun while you had the box on you in the original one for NES. And so I thought, no, that's too, I don't know, it's just too cheesy. I didn't want that. I wanted to make something better than that. So instead of firing your gun, you can actually lay landmines while you have the box on top of you. And that's the whole point. I wanted people to mix and match strategies and weapons in the game rather than just use your handgun throughout the entire game. And then the pièce de résistance, chef's kiss. And I put this, I put a post on my Facebook's groups page. And if you're not a member of that, join it. The link is down below. And I posted, hey, it's not a Metal Gear game unless you have the stealth suit. So yes, I actually put the stealth suit in the game. You can get it. And when you lie down on the ground, when you crawl on the ground, which is another thing I added to the game that's not in the original, you will go invisible. And what that means is you can crawl past cameras without them seeing you. You can crawl past guards and animals and dogs without them seeing you. The only way you can be detected in your suit is if the guards actually walk on you. Why? Because they trip over you. It makes sense, right? And then they detect you. But I thought it was a really cool thing. Plus, you can still lay landmines when you're in that mode as well. So if you got the gas mines, I'm giving you great tips here. If you have the gas mines, you can crawl around on the ground invisible, and you can set these little gas mine traps everywhere for them to crawl over. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. The game, I play tested it. The game flowed very well all the way through. And I know what you're going to ask. The number one question is, Ed, in the original game, there was no Metal Gear. There was no Metal Gear. It's on the front of the case. It's on the box. It's everywhere. You talk about it through the entire game, but you never get to see it. You never get to fight it. It was a huge disappointment in the NES game. So do you even have to ask? Of course, the Metal Gear is in the game. It's going to be an epic final boss battle between Solid Snake and the Metal Gear. You're going to love it. You're going to love the whole ending. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but trust me, if you think that it's in there, it's probably there. That's all I'm going to say, okay? I kind of tried to think of everything. But at least it's in the game now. You actually get to fight it. There's a little Easter egg before that ahead of time, too, that, again, I'm not going to spoil. But I just, you'll get it when you actually play the game. It's fair. It's still challenging, but it's fair. There are items in the game that were in the MSX version, that weren't in the NES version, that I figured out ways to implement them to use them better. I balanced out the ranking system. I balanced out the ammunition for all of the weapons. Everything is basically as good as I could possibly make it. And when I played it through, I was like, yes, this is, not only did I fix the original Metal Gear, this is definitively the best 2D Metal Gear, or the best, I don't know what you want to call it, version of all of the Metal Gears put together. I mean, part 2 for MSX was really good, but it was choppy how you played it, the controls and everything like that. Like, it's got its flaws. I would much rather play this one again and again and again. And I'll let you in on a little tip too. If you end the game, okay, the game does loop. If you end the game, you will start all the way back from the beginning, but you will keep all of your weapons and all of your items, except for the key cards, everything that you collected, so that you can go through the game again with all of your advanced weaponry. And of course, there's going to be, there's going to be cheat codes in the game as well, but I'll give those out later. So I think that's it. I think I covered everything. I probably missed one or two things, but I'm very excited about this launch. The most advanced game that I've ever created, possibly even the greatest game that I've ever created. You're going to love it. Play it. Tell me what you think of it. Stream it. Email, whatever you want to do, type in the comments down below. And I just hope you guys enjoy the game, and it's on to the next project. See you guys next time.